Okay, so finally I've got some time to make a video, and here it is. Today we'll talk about voice change. Voice change is easy, right? So we'll talk about two complex types of voice change, if you like, not the easy ones. Easy ones are basics, right? Is that object comes first in passive voice, then it's followed with some sort of any sort of be verb, and then the participle form of the main verb followed by and the subject generally. So we'll not talk about this today. We'll talk about the unique two types of almost complex types of voice change, if you like. So without any ado, let's begin the video now. See, the first type we are going to talk about is ditransitive or double objective. In simple terms, we can call it double objects. Uh, as the term suggests, there will be two objects, and for the convenience of every student from this region, I'll also use some Bengali terms here and there, so that it helps everyone. So দেখো, detransitive again means দুটো object থাকবে, right? Double object will be there. So one object is a direct object, and the other is indirect object. Now what's a direct object? Well, if we ask the verb what, verb ke sentence er verb ke jodi amra what question ta kori ki, the answer we get, that is the direct object of that sentence. Like this, see, for the first example, first sentence, grandma tells us a story every day, right? So grandma আমাদের কি বলেন, what does grandma tell us every day? A story, right? কি বলেন grandma? A story. So a story is the direct object in that sentence. See, you can see every sentence, for every sentence I have already marked it out. D for direct object and id for indirect object, right? So again, কি দিয়ে question যদি করি, that answer we get is the direct object. আর যদি whom, for whom, to whom, in Bengali we can say কাকে, কাদের, কাদের বলে স্টোরিটা, কাকে বলে, us, right? Grandma tells us, আমাদেরকে বলেন. So this us will be the indirect object in that sentence. So you can follow the same pattern for all the 10 sentences here, from A to J, and from 1 to 10. You can just follow this same pattern and ask yourself the questions. You will ask what to the verb in second sentence, third sentence, fourth sentence. The answers you will get, they will be direct object. আর whom, for whom, to whom, কাদের জন্য, কাকে, কার জন্য, এই কোয়েশ্চেনগুলো যদি করো ভার্বকে, ইনডিরেক্ট অবজেক্ট পাবে সেই আনসারে. সো তোমরা নিজেরা একবার এগুলো দেখে নেবে, আমার সাথে মিলছে কি দেখবে যে আমার ডিরেক্ট অবজেক্টের সাথে তোমাদের আনসার মিলছে কি, আর তোমাদের ইনডিরেক্ট অবজেক্টের সাথে আমারটা মিলছে কি, রাইট? ইউ ক্যান ডু দিস ফর ইউর সেলফস, and then we can progress with the video. Now let's come straight to the answers now. Okay, so see, now we got our direct objects and indirect objects out of the way, and now let's try and do the answers now. Okay, see, let me write here. Yeah, so this will be the first answer. So first we'll learn to use the direct object use করে আমরা কিভাবে ভয়েস চেঞ্জটা করব, দেখো. So again, direct object, a story. So we'll just write a story at the beginning. A story tells, see, it's present tense, right? Is be verb will be used here. A story is told to us. So this is again a lesson to you all, that when we use direct object, আমাদেরকে একটা টু ইউজ করতে হবে, রাইট হিয়ার, রাইট ইন দিস প্লেস. আ স্টোরি ইজ টোল্ড টু আস, ইনডিরেক্ট অবজেক্টের আগে একটা টু ইউজ করতে হবে. ডিট্রান্সিটিভ ভয়েস চেঞ্জে আগেন, ওয়েন উই আর ইউজিং দ্য ডিরেক্ট অবজেক্ট, ইনডিরেক্ট অবজেক্টটা আমাদের রাখতে হবে আনসারের মধ্যে, অবভিয়াসলি উই ক্যান নট রিমুভ দ্যাট, আর তার আগে একটা টু ইউজ করতে হবে, ইউ হ্যাভ টু ইউজ দ্যাট. ওকে, আ স্টোরি ইজ টোল্ড টু আস every day, we can just use every day here, by grandma, right? So that's your direct object voice change from direct to indirect. from active to passive voice. Now for the indirect object, see, this will be, I think, easier for you. See, again, indirect object is us, but we can't use us at the beginning of any sentence, so we'll use we have to use we. So we, again, with we in present tense are be verb is compatible, so we are told, right? Participle form of tell. A story. See, there is no extra complication in this type, no to nothing extra of that sort, right? So just we are told a story every day by grandma. That's it. I think I could make it easier for you. Now you can follow this same pattern for every sentence here. For every sentence here yourself. I've given your task already, you can say. Okay. So okay, let me solve one or two more. Let me solve one or two more, and for the rest you can try yourself. Okay. Let me try this one. Last one. Yeah, I think that will be fine. No, not the last one, the one before last one. Okay, so again we'll use direct object first. Direct object is a big steak. The waiter brought Fred a big steak. What did the waiter brought for Fred? He brought a big steak, so that's the direct object. A big steak was brought to Fred. Again, see, indirect object here again to use করছি. Similarly, a big steak was brought to Fred by the waiter. By the waiter, right? So that's your direct object. And if we follow the indirect object, Fred is obviously the indirect object here, right? কার জন্য এনেছে waiter steak? For whom? কার জন্য? Fred. So Fred is indirect object there. So Fred was brought, because see, again it's in past tense, brought is in past tense, so was brought a big steak by the waiter, right? What am I typing? By the waiter. Yeah, again I think, I hope that I'm able to explain this type to you, right? And you'll try all these other questions by yourselves. I think you can pause it down and take a screenshot of the question, try them out yourselves, and if you have any problem regarding these other questions, you can ask me in the comments right here, right? Okay, so একটা ভিডিওতে একটা টাইপই ডিসকাস, I think that is enough, otherwise you will get bored by the long video, right? So I think that's enough for today. In the next video we'll discuss another type, that is the double passive type. So again, you have to be careful, this is not the double passive. The double passive I'll explain in the next video. For now, that's it. Take care.